Every single day, thousands of determined individuals launch a brand new YouTube channel with the hopeful dream of building an audience. However, the harsh reality is that the overwhelming majority of these dedicated efforts silently disappear within the first year of trying to create content. This massive creator drop-off is almost never because of a fundamental lack of creative ability or intelligence in the individual starting out. It certainly isn't because the platform itself is rigged against small creators or designed to unfairly favor already established giants. The fundamental reason for this widespread failure boils down to a handful of crucial, yet easily correctable misalignments in focus and strategy. In this breakdown, I will methodically explain the precise reasons why most creators stop uploading before ever achieving meaningful traction or monetization. We are going to dissect the 7 primary pitfalls that consistently sabotage promising channels and stall their potential growth trajectory. By the end of this video, you should have a crystal clear understanding of where you might need to recalibrate your creative energy starting this afternoon. The very first and most common mistake I see is the relentless, almost frantic chase after high view counts as the primary measure of success. Most newcomers spend 90% of their mental energy consumed by the anxious question, "What one simple thing can I do today to go completely viral?" Contrast this with truly successful creators who habitually ask a much deeper, more audience-centric question about every single video idea. They consistently probe their own content by asking, why would a specific person spend their limited free time watching precisely this video right now? Understand this critical truth. Views are merely the lagging indicator, the inevitable result, and absolutely never the proactive strategy itself. When your video fails to offer clear entertainment, deliver actionable education, or solve a recognizable viewer pain point, people will invariably click away long before the end. When that happens consistently, the platform's sophisticated recommendation engine correctly interprets your content as low satisfaction and stops pushing it to new audiences. Stop thinking about the view count in isolation and start thinking about the fundy value exchange you are offering up front to every potential viewer. A video that provides high value consistently will always outperform a video that just tries to chase a fleeting trend for a quick, temporary spike. The number 2 hurdle creators face is uploading content into the world without having the core idea nailed down with absolute certainty. So many videos are doomed to mediocrity before the final render because the intended message or purpose remains incredibly fuzzy. If you, the creator, cannot eloquently explain the central thesis of your entire video in one tight, clear sentence, the viewer certainly won't grasp it. That inherent ambiguity in your premise guarantees a confused audience, and confusion is the fastest way to lose audience retention on any given topic. A crystal clear premise acts like a magnet, effortlessly attracting the precise segment of the audience that is actively searching for that specific niche information. This tight targeting allows the recommendation system to efficiently match your quality content with the ideal early viewers who are most likely to watch the whole thing. Before you even start recording, take a moment to write down the absolute single most important takeaway you want every single viewer to walk away remembering. That definitive statement then becomes your guiding star throughout the entire production, ensuring every edit and segment serves that central purpose. The third major failure point occurs when creators invest heavily in editing, but then drastically rush the final packaging phase. Remember that your thumbnail image and your title text are literally the only things deciding if your video gets permission to be seen by anyone new. 0 clicks translates directly into 0 minutes of watch time, which inevitably means 0 chance for the algorithm to even consider promoting your work further. We must treat the title and thumbnail creation process not as an afterthought, but as a vital act of clear, persuasive communication. Invest the necessary focus into designing that clickable package with the same rigor you apply to perfecting the most intricate editing transition later on. The fourth, and perhaps most common reason for quitting is simply giving up far too soon in the journey, long before any results materialize. We have to acknowledge that the initial stages of any new platform venture, especially YouTube, feel painstakingly and unbelievably slow at first. Most creators sadly abandon their channels before the algorithm has enough data to accurately categorize their specific content style and audience type. They also quit right before their own technical skills, like pacing and on-camera presence, organically improve through sheer repetition and practice. Furthermore, they often stop before their first small group of dedicated, loyal fans has even had a fair chance to actually find the channel and connect. Genuine, compounding growth is almost always a delayed reward that only materializes after third. You demonstrate unflinching consistency over a long period. The first 50 videos should be viewed not as a gateway to success, but as the necessary apprenticeship required to learn the craft properly. The fifth significant error is mindlessly copying the outward style of successful videos without truly internalizing the why behind their effectiveness. Mimicking popular video structures isn't the mistake. The real problem lies in failing to dissect and understand the underlying psychological triggers at play. The most effective creators are diligent students who actively study the fundamental architecture that underpins trending content formats. They spend considerable time analyzing the video's structural pacing, noting where tension was built and where crucial information was released to the viewer. Furthermore, they obsessively study the retention graphs to pinpoint the exact moment viewers decided to click away and what caused that specific drop-off. True sustainable success comes not from copying what is trendy right now, but from mastering the timeless principles of engaging communication. The sixth devastating habit is relying on temporary motivation to carry you through the inevitable creative droughts and difficult days. Every single person who achieves any level of success on this platform has experienced days where the desire to create simply vanishes completely. The ones who ultimately win are those who shift their reliance away from feelings and toward building robust, predictable frameworks for output. They develop detailed, repeatable systems for every phase of the creation process, meaning the next step is always known, regardless of mood. They lock in firm schedules that dictate creation time, turning a creative aspiration into an unavoidable, non-negotiable appointment on the calendar. In the marathon of building an audience, sheer, consistent discipline will invariably triumph over sporadic bursts of highly motivated energy every single time. The seventh common mistake is the creator's tendency to actively avoid looking at their performance analytics altogether after a video goes live. This analytical avoidance stems from treating data feedback as a personal judgment on your worth rather than objective, neutral information. If a video performs below your hopeful expectation, you must reclassify that outcome as valuable, actionable data instead of labeling it a failure. The key to consistent channel growth is to commit to improving just one single isolated metric with every single video you release going forward. For your next upload, choose to focus exclusively on tightening your video's opening hook to keep those critical first 30 seconds engaging. On the video after that, dedicate all your refinement energy to simplifying the core explanation within the middle section for better retention. Channel acceleration is achieved by layering these small, evidence-based adjustments on top of each other, week after productive week. Now for the simple, overarching truth that separates the long-term winners from the fleeting participants in this content game. The core reason most hopeful creators never achieve the success they desire is because they treat YouTube like an unpredictable lottery draw. Successful creators, conversely, recognize that this platform is simply a skill to be developed, refined, and mastered through deliberate practice. And the wonderful thing about skills is that they are entirely learnable by anyone willing to put in the focused, consistent effort over time. Furthermore, unlike the randomness of a lottery, strong operational systems can be deliberately built, stress-tested, and continually optimized for peak efficiency. So let's look at the simple conclusion regarding what it really takes to finally build that successful, rewarding presence you envision for yourself. You do not need to possess some rare, innate genetic talent or secret insider knowledge to finally break through and find your audience. What you crucially need is the mental fortitude to stay patient through the slow, unglamorous early phases where progress feels invisible. You must commit to being consistent, showing up to record and edit even on the days when your energy reserves are completely depleted. And finally, you must cultivate a deep, unshakable willingness to learn from every single piece of feedback, especially the harsh, quantitative kind. That is genuinely it. Patience, consistency, and a relentless desire to learn are the unskippable requirements for long-term YouTube success. If this simple reframing of the core problems has helped you view your YouTube efforts through a new, more strategic lens, you are already on the winning path. Now, take these 7 principles, integrate them into your next content planning session, and watch your approach finally align with genuine growth. Reflect deeply on which of these common failure points is currently holding your channel back the most, and attack that one weakness first. Keep building those repeatable systems, never stop prioritizing real value for the viewer, and always upload with profound intention. Remember that the journey of 1,000 successful videos begins with the single intentional choice to stop chasing views and start serving.